Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. Today I wanted to just share what I'm cooking for us to eat this afternoon or early tonight, and I think that it's an easy recipe. If you like chicken enchiladas, there's so many different recipes and they're all good, but I'm going to share the one that I'm making, and it calls for about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a large skillet and 1 cup of chopped onion. And that was really one onion, one of my onions that I had made a cup. So I'm going to just cook this in this skillet. Well, I can't get that one out. And when it cooks for just a little bit, I'm going to add a little garlic, minced garlic. And I just have this that I bought. It's easy when you don't want to have to get out a real clove of garlic, and it tastes good to me. Y'all, it is a pretty day here today. Okay. You really just want this to cook for just a minute before you go ahead and add the garlic. I went ahead and cooked 2 chicken breasts, pretty good sized chicken breasts. And the recipe, or my recipe, calls for 2 cups of chicken breasts shredded. And those 2 breasts made it maybe just a little bit extra that I gave to Scout. He loves chicken too, and I think that's one thing that's okay to give him. Now to this, the recipe says 2 cloves of garlic. Well, a half of a teaspoon of this equals 1 clove. So I'm going to put 2 halves, which would be a whole teaspoon. Okay. Just cook this. We just want those onions to get a little translucent, and they are doing that. I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove off, and then to this I'm going to add the 2 cups of shredded chicken, one 4-ounce can of the chopped green chilies, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, my other measuring spoons fit right down in here, but I used those in a recipe just a few minutes ago, and I haven't washed them yet. I better put this top on here before I make a mess. I'll just sprinkle a little bit more because I didn't quite have a teaspoon. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of ground cumin. of a teaspoon of salt. I just kind of guesstimate that. And then a half cup of enchilada sauce. So I've already got it measured, the red enchilada sauce. And now I'm just going to mix all of this together. You could add a can of whole kernel corn drained. You could add black beans, and Harold said he likes black beans, and there wasn't any in my pantry. So it's going to be good just like this. Okay. Now, we'll move right over here. And I have sprayed a 9x13. And then I'm just going to put a cup of the enchilada sauce. Well, I'm not going to put the whole cup. I'm just spreading it. Just so it'll cover the bottom a little bit. You don't want them floating in it. You just want it spread. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is the flour, you can use corn or flour tortillas. Corn, to me, is harder to roll. So I'm going to use flour, and normally you would use the large ones. But I've told you before, just use what you have. And that's what I had. So we're going to put a little bit. And I'm going to put them not quite in the middle. I might have put a little bit too much on this. And that way you can start rolling them tight. And then you're going to put the same side down. And that's all you do. I don't want to waste your time rolling all these, but I will tell you that I'm feeling really good right now. And it's just such a blessing to be able to cook. I still get tired easily. But I have to remember that that's part of it. I can't fuss because I'm not sick, which is such a blessing. Okay, just roll these. Okay, we're going to pause right now, and I'll be back after I get all these fixed, okay? Y'all, as quick as Harold paused it, I realized that those 4 that I had already done, 4 or 5, I had left the cheese out. So I had to unroll those and add some cheese, but I'll show you how you do it. You know, I hope you see by my mistakes that it's real life. You know, I could never do a live video probably because I'm too real. But you see, I just put a little bit, I had grated some pepper jack cheese. And I put a little of that and a little bit of the medium cheddar. And then I'm just rolling them. Okay? Now, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to take the rest of this enchilada sauce and just kind of put it on top. And just take my spatula and try to Just, cover them a little bit. All right, and now to that, I'm gonna sprinkle cheese on top. Just kind of want a little bit of cheese on most of the pieces. And then I've got just this pepper jack that was left, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it. If you didn't want to put pepper jack or Monterey Jack, you don't have to. You just want some cheese. Now, I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake this. Let me see what my recipe says. For 20 to 25 minutes until it's bubbly. Remember, I'll do it on the smallest amount of time first and see if it's ready. And then we'll be back and show you. Okay, this cooked. I checked it after 20 minutes and the cheese had melted, but it wasn't bubbly like I thought it should be. So I cooked it for 3 more minutes, and I have chopped some cilantro and green onion to put on top. So let's just see if it's cool enough that I can get. Some out. They look really, really good, like they're supposed to. I hope that you see that you can do these even if you don't have all the ingredients that it calls for. And if you made it with the small tortillas rather than the large. But we're going to eat this in a little bit and enjoy it. Y'all, I read something this morning that it hit me. We know that we're going to have trouble. It doesn't matter if we have the faith of a mustard seed. We're still going to have trouble. We just got to have faith to get through it. Because God's word says that in this world you will have tribulation. But if you have Jesus walking with you, you can make it. I don't know what I would have done the last 6 months if I didn't have Jesus, but I do. And I had you praying for me, and let me tell you, I felt every prayer. I hope that you will remember to be salt and light. Those of you who wonder where that comes from, it comes from Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16, and my necklace just says salt and light. It's just a reminder that that's what we're supposed to be. I hope that you'll have a great rest of the day, and thank you for following me. Thank you for sharing my page, and I'll be back soon.